What's going on, everyone? I am Ben with the BTC Sessions, and I'm here in beautiful Prague. And today we're going to be learning about a Bitcoin wallet called CASHU.me. Now, this is a Bitcoin wallet that utilizes the Lightning Network as well as a Chaumian eCash system based on a protocol called CASHU. Now, if that all sounds like Greek to you, don't worry, we're going to break it all down, we're going to learn how to use it, and we're also going to discuss the trade-offs in doing so. I am Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your daily session.
HODL the Bitcoin.
Bitcoin Well is on a mission to enable independence by being one of the easiest and quickest ways to purchase Bitcoin in Canada and the US. And the best part about it, every buy goes directly into your own self-custody. They never hold your coins. You can add a Bitcoin address as part of onboarding. There's a transparent 1% spread, no hidden fees, no withdrawal fees, plus they have KYC free sells and bill payments on their website. They're also a publicly traded company under the ticker BTCW on the TSXV. Check them out over at bitcoinwell.com. Check out my full tutorial on how to use them, and you can check out the links in the show notes down below and sign up today. CoinKite.com has some of the best hardware on the market today to secure your Bitcoin. The Cold Card Q is an absolute powerhouse and is my daily driver. And on top of this, they have plenty of other goodies, including the Mark IV, the Tap Signer, Open Dimes, the Block Clock, and much more. If you head over to their website, make sure you use code BTC Sessions at checkout to get a nice discount. Links are in the show notes down below.
So let's talk prerequisites. What are you going to need to know in order to successfully navigate this tutorial? Well, luckily not too much. I will say that this video is not going to be covering how to obtain Bitcoin. Of course, the channel, I've partnered with Bitcoin Well, so if you're in the US or Canada, then I recommend checking them out, and I'll link to a tutorial down below for them. But if you're outside of the jurisdictions of North America, then I'll try to link to a couple other options down below with some tutorials. Now, other than that, there are a few things that are an asset when navigating this tutorial but aren't fully necessary. If you've used a Bitcoin Lightning Wallet before, those skills will come into play. Also, if you have Nostr, then some of the cool additional features therein are going to be useful there as well, but not fully necessary. That's just a bonus. And then any other wallet that I interact with through the course of this tutorial, if you're unfamiliar and you want to learn more about them, full tutorials on them will be linked in the show notes as well. Now, before we get into setting up this CASHU wallet, let's briefly chat about what it is, how it works, and what some of the benefits and trade-offs are of using it. Well, number one, CASHU is completely interoperable with regular Lightning wallets, meaning that you can send and receive Lightning transactions to it. It also has the added benefit of using Chaumian eCash on top of Lightning, which means that you benefit from very, very good privacy when sending transactions. And the reason for that is it's actually a pool of community funds, and the person running the mint, or the community bank, if you will, is not able to see individual users' balances. And so there's no indication when you receive a Lightning transaction who within the mint is receiving that. And ditto for sending out. If you're sending to a regular Lightning wallet, there's no indication which person within the mint has sent out. When you're sending within the mint to people using the same eCash mint, and there can be many of them, you get instant transactions, free transactions, and perfectly private transactions. So a lot of benefits, but as I'm sure you've figured out here, the trade-off is trust. You are trusting effectively a community bank run on somebody's Lightning node in order to custody your funds, which is a big trade-off. So you don't want to be putting a lot of money into something like a CASHU wallet, but maybe a bit of spending cash is okay. I would just be cautious. It's early days in this kind of stuff, and you don't want to put a lot of funds at risk. So, play around, experiment. If you get a bit more comfortable, perhaps just day-to-day spending cash, but you're not going to be putting your life savings into a CASHU wallet. I will say, if you're already using something like Wallet of Satoshi, or another custodial Lightning wallet, the benefit here over that is, again, the privacy aspect of it. So if you're on something like Wallet of Satoshi, I see no harm in switching over to a CASHU wallet and utilizing that as your daily driver for small amounts, because you get the benefits, the privacy benefits with it, whereas Wallet of Satoshi knows that there are individuals with accounts and they keep record of who owns what. Even if they don't know your name, they may know your IP address and be able to track that information. Not saying that they do, but they can. And with CASHU, you cannot. So with that, let's dive in, let's get ourselves set up and start using CASHU.me. So here I am on wallet.cashu.me. And this website can be navigated to via your mobile phone or your desktop. And I am on an Android phone for this example, but it will work just the same on an iPhone as well as on your desktop computer with whatever browser you decide to use. Nonetheless, when I navigate to this website, I'm going to get an intro message, and then it does give me down at the bottom an option to restore an existing wallet I may have had prior, but we're going to be starting from scratch. So all we're going to do is we're going to hit the continue button. And so this takes us to our first screen here. And the first thing we're going to want to do is join a mint. And so when I hit add mint, you're not going to see a lot of movement, but it will actually take you to the mints tab down below. You have history, invoices, and mints. So it does navigate you there automatically. And so what I can do here is there are plenty of different CASHU mints that exist. There will be more that exist in the future, but you can discover some existing mints. And so we're just going to go with one of the default ones that it will find here. I'm just going to navigate to discover, and I'm going to hit discover mints. Now, if you already do have an existing mint that you want to use, it would be pasted up above, but we're just going to look for what they have here. And so it found 4 mints, and if I hit this little drop down arrow right here, it will show me those mints. And for this example here, I'm going to use the Minibits mint right here. So I'm just going to tap the copy button. That's going to put a URL into my clipboard, and I'm going to paste it in above. And then I'm just going to give it a name. I'll just call it exactly what it is. It's the Minibits mint, and then I'm going to hit the add mint button. And it says, do you trust this mint? CASHU mint controls the funds you send it. Make sure that you trust the operator of the mint. I'm just going to go ahead, hit add mint. And so now I'm good to go. And there's a little arrow here so we can collapse all this mess down below. And now we have a very simple interface. We have a balance up top. It lets us know what mint we're using here in the middle. And then we have our receive, our send, and our scan button. There is a sandwich board menu up here. We'll get into some of that later. But for the main screen here, we're just going to be focusing right here. What I want to do first, now that I'm part of a mint and I have a zero balance, I want to receive some funds. And for a lot of you, you'll likely be coming from an existing Lightning wallet that you already have. That's going to be probably the path of least resistance for most people. You may not know people using CASHU mints yet. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit receive. And this gives me 2 different options. eCash, which is the system that will be used within the mint when you're sending from person to person within the same mint, and then Lightning. And so we're going to fund this wallet via Lightning. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to tap Lightning, and then I'm going to choose an amount of sats I would like to receive to create an invoice. And for this example, I'm going to do a 1,000 sat invoice. I'm going to hit create invoice. If you have more than 1 mint, there's a drop-down menu here, and you can choose which mint you want it to go into, but we have 1, so I'll leave that as is. And it generates this simple invoice. Of course, somebody could scan this and send me a Lightning transaction, or I can hit copy and I can navigate to a Lightning wallet of my choice. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get out of this app and I'm going to open up Phoenix Wallet. Now, this is a self-custodial, fully self-custodial Lightning wallet. I'm simply going to press send. I'm going to paste the data from my clipboard, paste in the invoice, or I could have scanned there if I was using a different phone, and it auto detects the amount requested. I'm going to hit pay, and momentarily it should go off. So there it goes out of this wallet. I'll just go back, and then we'll navigate back over to wallet.cashu.me, and hey, look, I have a balance. Fantastic. I'm good to go here. I've received some funds, and now I can start using eCash. I can start sending and receiving, but I do want to also test out receiving via eCash as well. So let's try that out. So I'm going to hit receive. I'm going to choose eCash. And this is where I would paste in an eCash token or scan an eCash token via QR code. So you can see the scan button and the paste button right there. But I don't currently have one. So how would I go about doing that? We're going to step into the role of another individual using a different eCash wallet, but somebody that's on the same mint as I am, the Minibits mint. So I'm just going to get out of this. I'm going to open up Minibits Wallet. Now, I have done a tutorial on this before, so I will link to that in the show notes down below. But nonetheless, this is an imaginary second person that we're dealing with. They're using the Minibits wallet, but they happen to be on the same mint as me, the Minibits mint. And this person is going to say, I want to send some eCash. And they're going to send over 100 sats worth of eCash. They hit done, and they create this token. And so what is presented here is a QR code. So of course, on the previous screen, we saw I had the option to scan, and I'd be able to scan that and redeem this. Alternatively, the person could hit copy, and they could send over in any message, in any email, whatever, that string of text, and I would be able to paste it into my wallet. So let's see what that looks like. I would just navigate back. I would paste in that. It says, hey, this is eCash worth 100 sats. Would you like to receive it? And it says, oh, this is the same mint as you. I get the green check mark. It's sent from Minibits. I'm going to hit receive. And right away, it's deposited. Notice it's instant. There was zero fee, and it is perfectly private, aka even the owners of the Minibits mint do not know who owns those eCash tokens. So we've now received via Lightning and via eCash from somebody in the same mint as us. But what if somebody is not in the same mint as us and they still want to send us funds? Now, eCash wallets, based on the CASHU protocol, can still interact with each other via regular Lightning transactions. So that's one solution. I could just hit receive, create a Lightning invoice here, and the person could send me a regular Lightning payment. But they can still send me eCash, and it will give me a prompt if I want to join the same mint as them and accept it that way. So what I'm going to do is I am going to navigate over to another CASHU-based wallet called Enuts. And so I'm going to open this up. I've done a video on this as well. I will link it down below. But let's say this person wanted to send me some eCash, and they're, again, not in the same mint as me. So they go to their send screen. They say they want to send some eCash, and they're going to send over 50 sats. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to hit create token. And just the same as the other wallet, creates a scannable QR code and also a string of text that can be copied. So I could scan this, or I could paste it into my other wallet. So let's go do that now. So I jump back. I'm going to hit receive. I'm going to receive eCash. I'm going to do the same thing, scan or paste. And it says, hey, look, this is a different mint. And so rather than asking if I just want to receive, it gives me the option, the button down here, to add the mint. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, add mint. I'll say I'll trust it, and then I will say that I want to receive. and that now gets added to my balance. However, it is split between two different mints. And so I can hit the arrow down at the bottom. I can tap on mints, and then I can see two different mints here. One with 1100 sats, that's the Minibits one we've been dealing with, and one with only 50 sats, which is the Bitcoin XOKO, that other mint that we hadn't previously been in. Now, if you don't like having two different mints here, you can actually move funds from one mint to your trusted mint natively within the app. So I'm going to scroll down, and there's a section that says multi-mint swaps. So I can go from that mint that we weren't using before to the Minibits mint that we were, and I can send over whichever amount I please. Now, I do need, this is going to be executed via a regular Lightning transaction. So it might cost a couple sats. I might need to play around a little bit here to make sure I'm sending the correct amount. So we'll see if we can get by with just a single sat. So there's 50 sats in there. Maybe I'll try 49. I'll hit swap. We'll see if it executes. Hey, and it looks like it did. So it was 1 sat to send via Lightning. But with that, you can see received 49 sats. So I sent 50, received 49. So it cost me 1 sat to move between the mints. But now, if you look, I have 2 mints here. One has 1149 and the other has 0 sats. And if I want to, I can hit edit, and I'll just delete that mint. I may not want to deal with it anymore. So again, 2 options to receive from somebody not in the same mint as me: a regular Lightning transaction, or receive the eCash in the mint and then swap it within your own wallet. Or you can just leave them separately if you don't mind being in 2 different mints. So lots of different ways to receive, and we've been able to receive. And so let's test out once again sending from this wallet in a variety of different ways. So first off, let's try sending some eCASHU. So pretty simple. We're going to hit send. We're going to choose eCash, and we are going to, let's send off 100 sats. So I'll do that. I'll hit send. And this creates an animated QR code. You can change the speed and the size and all of that. There's options right here, but I'm just going to leave it be. Anybody can scan this and they'll be able to redeem these sats. Alternatively, you can simply hit copy and you can send that string of text off to anybody. Alternatively, you can use this link button down below and share it. Just share that link. Or if you don't actually want to spend this, there's a little trash bin, and that will prevent it from being sent. But we'll go with, again, copying the invoice. And I'm going to just jump over to, again, that Minibits wallet that I was using before. And we'll hit receive, or the other individual would hit receive eCash, and they would paste in the information, and they would redeem those 100 sats. And so they now have it. I jump back here, and I can just simply close that. If I tap on the pending, it will realize that that has been redeemed and deduct it from my balance. Now, I can obviously also send out as a regular Lightning transaction. So let's see what that looks like. I'm going to navigate to another wallet here. So I'm going to navigate to Aqua Wallet. And I'm going to, now Aqua Wallet, a little bit different. In the background, it's actually using Liquid, but it does these fancy swaps. I'm not going to get into a ton of details about it, but it is a different way of functioning. It's not a CASHU wallet. So I'm going to hit receive, and we'll do, I don't know, let's say 500 sats. Now, because this is using Lightning, or sorry, it's using Liquid in the background natively, there's going to be a fee in using this. So there's going to be, it won't receive the full balance. It's going to cost, 40 sats or something like that. Nonetheless, and actually, I realize there's a minimum of 1,000 sats. So I'll generate that invoice here. So here's the Lightning invoice. Once again, I could scan this or paste it. So I'll just copy over, and I'm going to hit send. I'm going to hit send Lightning, and I will paste in that invoice and hit pay. and off it will go. Okay, so that has been sent, 1 sat fee, and over here in Aqua, it has been received, done, and added to the balance here. Now, I do want to show sending to one other wallet. I'm going to open up Mutiny Wallet here, and we'll just do a small transaction to this one. And there is a reason why I'm showing all of receiving the same type of transaction to multiple wallets, but we'll get to that momentarily. So I'll hit receive. Let's just do 10 sats this one. I'll hit continue, and this creates a Lightning invoice. Okay, so this person using Mutiny Wallet allows me to scan or sends me over this invoice. I go to send. I'll go to Lightning. I'll paste in the invoice, and it says 10 sats from my Minibits mint, and off it shall go. Okay, so that was sent, and over here in Mutiny, perfect, payment received, 10 sats, nice, and back we are in. Okay, fantastic. So we've now kind of jumped around between all of these different types of wallets. We used a number of different CASHU wallets, one of which was on a different mint. We used Phoenix, which was self-custodial Lightning. We used Mutiny, which in the background, it's actually using Fedimints. And we use Aqua, which is actually using the Liquid network, but is able to freely swap between Lightning and Liquid using something called bolts. But the main point I'm getting at is every single one of these wallets that we just used is in some way using a different backend. And Lightning Network is the glue that is holding them all together. So despite their differences, they are all able to interoperate with the help of the Lightning Network, which is really, really cool. And I really love that. So pretty powerful stuff in terms of interoperability, ease of use, all of that. Of course, again, the trade-off being the trust in the mint. So just be cautious with the amount of funds that you put in here.
Debify.com allows you to borrow against your Bitcoin in a non-custodial way. Collateral is held in a 3 of 4 distributed multisig with trusted parties. It provides institutional liquidity providers, loan periods of up to 5 years with flexible conditions and the best rates. And best of all, no rehypothecation of your funds. If you want to check them out today, head over to Debify.com or hit the link in the show notes down below.
Now, of course, this entire time we've been utilizing our browser, but you may have noticed that I do have a CASHU.me icon on my home screen. How did I get that? Pretty simple. So this is a progressive web app. So within my browser, I don't need to come to this website every single time. In my browser, again, this is Android, so it'll look a little bit different on your screen perhaps, but usually in the top of a browser, there's a few little dots. So I'm going to tap those, and you can see, if you scroll down, there's something that says open CASHU.me, but it will look different if you haven't done this before. It'll say install app. Or if you're on iPhone, I believe it says add to home screen. Either way, if you do that, you will then get this icon or an icon like it on your home screen. So I'll just... I'm going to close this browser here, and then I'll tap on CASHU.me on my home screen. And this just gives it a nicer aesthetic. I no longer have the browser bar up top. It just looks like a native app on my phone. So, I prefer this much more than having it in the browser. It's nice. And the beautiful part about this is it becomes resistant to crackdowns within the App Store. So you're not relying on the Google Play or the iOS App Store to allow you to use it. You can just go in your browser and then add it to your home screen after the fact. So I think this is kind of the way forward, or at least it would be great if most Bitcoin applications had, for hot wallets, had an option as a progressive web app. I think we need to become more resilient to the types of top-down attacks that can prevent us simply via the bottleneck that is our main app store. Nonetheless, we have now installed that, and we can use it as a regular app alongside all of these others.
Now, there is another really cool feature that I love about not just CASHU.me, but a number of other CASHU wallets. And that is the idea of Nostr Wallet Connect. And this allows you to connect your Nostr account to an external wallet and spend from that when you zap other people's posts. Now, if a lot of that sounded like Greek to you, you may be unfamiliar with Nostr. Censorship resistant social media and more beyond that. But in this instance, we'll be using a social network feed. And rather than liking posts, you can zap them, aka you can send a Lightning transaction to another individual if you appreciate their post. And so I'm going to do exactly that. So all I need to do is in the top left, the little sandwich board there, I'm going to go to settings. And this is a section in the middle where it says link wallet. And I'm going to tap on enable Nostr Wallet Connect. And I can set an allowance here, aka how much do I want to be able to spend from my wallet. And then I'm going to hit the copy button here, and it's going to copy a string of digits that can be then pasted in to a Nostr client. And so I'm going to show an example here with something called Amethyst. So I'm going to tap on my Amethyst client, and you can see here, this is again, just a Twitter style social feed. Okay. And so what I can do here is under a lot of these posts, there is this little lightning icon there, and that allows you to zap people. And for this particular client, the way I do it is if I hold, it brings up a menu with a lot of my settings in and around Nostr and wallets that I associate with it. And so what I'm going to do is first I'm going to paste in my info, which is available here. I'm going to hit paste. It will paste all of the stuff that I need that I just copied over from my CASHU wallet. The only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an amount here, 10 sats. I know I don't have much in the wallet itself, so I want to be able to zap a little bit smaller. I'm just going to hit add. And maybe really quick, I'm just going to get rid of some of these larger values here. I'll just save the 10 sat one. I'll save that. Okay. Now let's really quick just remind ourselves of the balance in the other wallet. There's 36 sats. Okay. I set my my spending to 10 sats. So this should now be linked up. I should be able to just simply tap this little lightning bolt and send 10 sats from my external CASHU wallet to Proof of Earth here. So tap. It asks my wallet to spend, and off we go. There we go. We can see the 10 sats now allocated. The little lightning bolt gets lit up, and we get a reduced balance. So we saw, obviously there's a 2 sat fee depending on where it's being relayed, but basically deducted directly from my CASHU wallet balance directly into my Nostr feed to zap Proof of Earth. So super cool how you can just do a copy paste job really quick and then be able to spend directly from your CASHU wallet into Nostr. I love that. Now, let's really quickly touch on backups. So this is very early days for this particular CASHU wallet, CASHU.me. And so we're still in beta here. And so it does give you an option if you go to the top left and you go to settings. Much like many other Bitcoin wallets, you have a seed phrase here. And if you hit the little eyeball icon there, it will show you your 12 words. You can write them down. However, this wallet doesn't yet support the actual recovery with the seed phrase. You would need to go use a different CASHU wallet to recover. So you could go over to, I believe, Minibits and Enuts, the other ones that I was showing. And I'm certain that, or well, I shouldn't say certain, but you should be able to use it there. There are CASHU wallets that support seed phrase backups. This one will soon, but in the interim, what you can do is if you go down to the bottom, there's an advanced section. And under there, there is something that says export wallet data. If you tap that, it will download a file that is a backup of your wallet. Now, CASHU is a little bit different in that the file
is the money, or the data is the money. It's not on a public blockchain that is associated with keys. It's a little bit different. So if you continue to use your CASHU wallet in between, then the file that you download will be out of date. And so when you go to redeem it, it won't line up exactly. And so this is kind of more of an active thing that you need to do until it supports the import of a previous wallet. The restoration that we saw at the beginning screen, that's where you would do that. It gives you the option to upload a file, and you would use that file. However, you will see soon updates where you can just simply put in your seed phrase. So that is where everything is at, and that is how you recover. But again, I will say exercise caution. Don't put too much in anything like this yet. Have a few bucks here and there, play around, learn, and as the tools develop, you will become more secure in using this. And when it gets out of beta, then you can have a little bit more in some day-to-day spending cash. Just some final thoughts here on my behalf. I quite like the ease of use with which somebody can dive into the CASHU ecosystem. Again, if you've used a Lightning wallet, you can use CASHU. Obviously, I am cognizant of the trade-off of the trust model of CASHU and eCash wallets. But what I like about it is somebody can use this as a step up from a custodial, non-private option. It can be used for simple day-to-day transactions with minimal risk in terms of what you're actually allocating to the wallet. And my favorite thing about all of this and kind of where things are going is the interoperability between things like CASHU and regular full self-custody Lightning wallets and Fediments and, liquid Lightning swaps using bolts. What I'm getting at is the back ends of a lot of these Bitcoin wallets are completely different, but they're all interoperable thanks to the Lightning network. You can string together totally different systems and have liquidity between them using the Lightning network. And I think we're going to see a lot more of this. And by and large, people are not even going to notice that they're using different systems because they will all be interoperable. Just like when you walk up to a regular point of sale terminal, and it doesn't matter if you're using a debit card, a MasterCard, a Visa card, an American Express, whatever, it all just works. And that's where Bitcoin is headed, and I'm excited to see it. So what did you think of CASHU.me? Let me know your comments, questions, and personal experiences in the comments section down below. As always, please do like, subscribe, and share. All those things help a ton getting this content in front of more eyeballs. And with that, I am out. Have yourselves a wonderful day or evening, wherever you may be. I'll see you guys next time for your daily session.
HODL the Bitcoin.